Good morning YouTube, welcome back to another Anthem video. I'm Pete TT and today I want to talk to you about Javelins. For those of you who don't know what a Javelin is or know very little information about how they will work in game, then this video will aim to explain to you just what they are, how they will work and some relevant information we currently have on them thus far. With all of that being said, let's just jump straight into it. First of all, let's take a look at the 4 Javelins that will be available at launch. First, we have the Ranger. This Javelin is the first exosuit that will be available to us when we take our first steps into the Anthem universe, and it is described as a precise, versatile and all-round master of combat. Second, we have the Colossus. This Javelin is by far the largest of the 4 exos that will be available at launch and is described as a hulking war machine designed to clear out enemy combatants with its mounted artillery, heavy armour and yes indeed, a flamethrower. Third, we have the Storm Exo. This Javelin is described as being mysterious and devastating and uses powerful sealed technology to blast enemies away. While this suit can apparently channel unbelievable amounts of energy, it has little in the way of defensive capabilities and will require an expert pilot to survive in a fight. And finally, we have the Interceptor. Not much is known about this exo, but it is described as being a suit that excels at getting up next to enemies to deal damage and then dashing away before they can strike back. Its weapon of choice are some very powerful blades and other special suit abilities. And that, guys, is a very quick introduction to the 4 Javelin exosuits that will be available at launch. Now, like any game, not all of these suits will be available when you initially log in, and if you wish to obtain all 4 suits, then you will need to play through the story mode, as you will unlock all 4 as you play through. We know that the Ranger Exo is the first suit you obtain, but what order the remaining suits unlock is kind of unknown. If I was to hazard a guess, I would say they unlock in the order I initially read them out: Ranger, Colossus, Storm, then Interceptor, but we will have to wait and see. There was a rumour going around a while back that we, the player, could actually dictate what order we would unlock our Javelins in by opting what missions we chose to complete in a certain order. And if that's true, this will be a very cool way to progress and unlock the 4 Javelins in the order we wish to try them out. So we know the names of the Javelins now, but what do they do? How do they work and why are they important? Well, let's talk about that. The Javelin suits are exosuits. They are piloted by the player and they will be the key to our survival in the open world. The Javelins become our suit of armour. They can fly set distances, they can swim underwater, and each has their own unique set of abilities that can be utilised in combat. Each model of Javelin has a particular set of strengths and weaknesses, and picking the correct Javelin to suit your playstyle and mission needs will be very important. Now, what I think would be a good idea to do here is to actually roll through the 4 Javelins again and list out some of their abilities. For the sake of time, I will only focus on the Javelin's ultimate abilities and some of their unique abilities that are tied to each class. So starting off with the Ranger then, the Ranger's ultimate ability is the multi-target missile battery. This is a powerful volley of micro missiles. The Ranger's ultimate ability allows it to target multiple moving enemies with guided missiles and attack them with devastating force. Up next we have the Muster Point. This is the Ranger Exo is capable of creating a rally point which provides gear cooldown reductions to teammates who enter it. This rally point will also increase teammates' damage output. The Ranger class also comes with multiple grenade types, a wrist launcher and a dash ability. The next suit we will look at is the Colossus. This exo sports a shield for its utility ability. The Colossus can raise its shield, allowing it to withstand direct attacks. The shield will take damage over time and cannot be used indefinitely. The Colossus will also be able to revive down players while its shield is active. It is worth noting from recent gameplay that in addition to protecting teammates, the shield can also be used while charging at the enemy, kind of very similar to what I would call a mobile battering ram. The Siege Cannon is the ultimate ability for this suit, and this ability allows for multiple shots which each create large explosions. This makes it ideal for clearing out smaller pockets of enemies and controlling larger enemy forces in a well-designed choke point. It also looks like it can put on some serious damage to bosses. The Colossus also comes with a railgun, a multifunctional mortar and something called an acid splitter. I'm not entirely sure what this is, but it does sound pretty damn cool. Next then we have the Storm Exo. The Storm ultimate ability is called the Eternal Storm. The description for this ability is the Storm calls down a torrent of energy to decimate a targeted area. Manipulating the raw force of the Anthem, the Storm emits successive blasts of frost, electricity and fire, ending with a meteoric finale, whatever you want to say. Now, I don't believe we've actually seen this in action yet, and if we have, I've actually missed it, but it does sound very damn cool, and I actually think this may be the suit I chase after first. The Storm also comes with a Nexus shield, a cloak, and a short-range teleportation device. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really starting to think this class is Anthem's versions of a Destiny Hunter. The cloak providing brief bursts of invisibility, a short-range teleporter like Blink does, and a few other unannounced abilities, I am sure. Yeah, I am 100% sure that this is the suit I want to start with. Moving on finally then to the Interceptor. This suit has multiple abilities ranging from a dash to an ability called a strike, where the Interceptor actually uses itself as a projectile. But the standout ability for sure is its ultimate. This is called Assassin's Blades. The Interceptor becomes supercharged, arming its Assassin's Blades and carving through enemies at high speed. Each target hit by one of these melee attacks will be hit continuously by echoes of the original attack over a 10-second duration. This is a highly precise attack that lets the Interceptor choose his targets carefully and single them out with huge damage. Now, as I said before, this suit has been designed by the sound of it to be a very precise javelin, and one I think could be very difficult to master, but by the sounds of it in the right hands, it could be absolutely devastating. Now, I feel that the way the dev team have built the 4 Javelins has definitely been to work as a team of 4 with one of each class in the team. But as we know, the game is playable entirely as a solo player. So they've also been made in various ways to complete certain tasks, and that leads very nicely into a question and answer that I have seen floating about. Are you restricted to 1 Javelin per playthrough, or can you swap them out? And the answer is very good in my opinion, because that answer is yes. Yes, you can swap between Javelins before you deploy on missions or adventures, and that's really cool because it means you don't have to create new characters and play through the story multiple times to have access to multiple classes. The only limitation is when once you load into said mission or incursion, you're locked to your Javelin until you have completed it and return to base. So yeah, bottom line here guys is that we will be able to swap around and unlock all 4 Javelins to play with as we play through the game. And that, guys, I think will wrap up the quick introduction to Javelins. Now, yes, there is a ton of information out there on Javelin progression, customization, and more, but to include them all in one video would make for a very, very long watch, and I feel it would be better to break them all down into separate videos for you guys to catch up on. So for now, I just want to say I hope you found the video helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for many more Anthem videos coming your way. Let me know down below what EXO you think best suits you and what one you will chase after first. Thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, until the next one, I'll catch you all soon.